What is up, guys, and welcome back. Pneumatics here with another Mod vs. Mod episode where we pit two mods up against each other, where we decide, on opinion, of course, popular opinion, which one is better. And this time we have jetpacks, if you can tell by looking at me. And these two mods use jetpacks and power them in very different ways. So if you want to find out more, go ahead and stick around. Let's do this. So the very first jetpack mod we're going to go ahead and check out is called Iron Jetpacks by BlakeBro. We'll add in all of these different jetpacks into your game so that you can make a bunch of different ones at different tiers. So for the first one, I went ahead and put on the first tier jetpack, which is the wooden jetpack. It looks kind of stylish, I guess, if you like wood items. And you could go ahead and press the spacebar to go ahead and lift off. It only carries 20k FE, which is redstone flux. So you would have to have some kind of machinery that'll be able to charge it, like maybe this machine from Actually Additions, the Energizer, which you can go ahead and place in here. It'll go ahead and charge it, and you're all set. Now, as I said in the beginning, there are a bunch of different other tiers, like the stone tier, iron, gold, diamond, and then lastly, emerald. And as you can tell, the redstone flux needed for each one just goes up dramatically, ridiculously. 48 million for the emerald. That's just ridiculous. You would never have to refill that thing if it got full. But the thing is, each one gets better as it goes. And then if you look over here, up in JEI, we have copper, we have bronze, we have silver, of course, ores that don't usually spawn in vanilla Minecraft, but you can go ahead and get from other mods. So now to go ahead and show off some of these guys, what we need to do is go ahead and just press the spacebar. Once we have it on and we have some redstone flux put into it, we go ahead and take off, and it goes up at a decent rate, not too bad. And if we wanted to hover, we'd go ahead and hit the designated key, which for me is H, and I would just hover, but I slowly go down. Now, as you get further up into the tiers, into the gold, the diamond, and the emerald, this doesn't happen as much. Diamond is almost non-visible. You can't really tell that you're going down. And emerald, I don't even think you do. Now, the other thing to mention is when you first get this mod and you make your first jetpack, you're probably going to want to know how to go ahead and just turn it off so that you don't be wasting all of that redstone flux. It's easy to do. You'll just have to go into your options and check out which key is under the key binding for the engine to be turned on and off. Go ahead and hit that key, and there we go. It's off. So now I'm not using anything of it. And then, of course, as you realize, you can see that it is taking up the chest piece slot. So you cannot wear a chest piece while you have this mod installed, or if you have the jetpack on yourself. Now, the next jetpack mod that we want to go ahead and check out is called Just Jetpacks by Clunder. It'll go ahead and add in a bunch of jetpacks just like the other mod, but the main difference is that this mod uses all vanilla items in order to create them and in order to power them. So just like the other mod, if you go into, wow, that's weird, what is going on? Okay, if I go ahead and go into my inventory here, you can see that it gets placed in my chest piece slot just like the other mod, so you can't use a chest piece when you have any of the jetpacks on. And then as you can see, the diamond jetpack has a jetpack on, fuel, it shows you the amount of fuel you have, how much speed and fuel efficiency, can hover, all that kind of good stuff. Now, if I want to go ahead and get the wooden jetpack, as you can see, it does not have a hover mode. And you don't get a hover mode until you get to the golden jetpack, so that is something you'd have to wait for in order to get. But if we go ahead and put this wooden jetpack on, I'm in survival mode right now, and this is going to be horribly bad, and you probably a downer if you're going to get this mod, and you're only going to want to go ahead and get jetpacks that are in higher tiers, because as I go up, let's see if it happens. There we go. So you go ahead and explode and a fiery death. All right, so I think the fiery explosion death stop at the iron jetpack. Let's go ahead and see what happens. I can't remember for sure, but I do think that it's the iron one. If not, the gold for sure. But as you can tell, the thrusters make a different particle effect based on which tier jetpack you have. This one also has a hover mode. If you go ahead and hit the designated key, which I'll do right now, which is H for me, and actually, you have to have the gold jetpack in order to do that. Like I said before, I totally forgot. So let's go ahead and grab that gold jetpack, place it right here, and then let's go ahead and get in up in the air. As you can tell, wow, that's a lot faster than that iron jetpack. And you can see the gold particle effect coming out because it is gold jetpack. Let's hit the H button, and there we go. We're in hover mode. And I think this one as well goes down slowly over time. So you just can't hover like you do in creative mode. Now, the one thing this mod has that iron jetpacks does not is a rainbow jetpack. Check it out on the back. This is so weird. You have a rainbow style jetpack. They'll go ahead and make a rainbow particle effects blasting off as you go up into space. This is ridiculous. Super fast, really cool, but it uses very little redstone to power it. Just like as you go up in tiers, it gets better and better as it goes. And as you can tell, I don't know if I pointed that out, but up in the left hand corner you have fuel. That shows you how much out of that first piece of redstone it is using. So each piece of redstone gives you 50,000 power. And it'll go ahead and it's burning up as I keep hitting the space bar. And let's go ahead and hit hover. And I think hover mode with the rainbow jetpack, no, I was wrong. Okay, you still go down a little bit over time, but you could barely tell. All right, so now it's time to do a little overview of the jetpack mods. I'd say one huge benefit of iron jetpacks compared to just jetpacks is the fact that when you have these smaller tiers of wood, iron, you don't have to worry about exploding in a fiery death. Another pretty significant thing to mention is that in iron jetpacks, you're able to do the hover mode in any jetpack tier. You could say that a con of iron jetpacks compared to just jetpacks is the fact that you need other mods in order to charge these items. I'd say one of the pros of just jetpacks over iron jetpacks is the fact that you can go ahead and make a rainbow jetpack. That is just awesome. Something really cool that I've never seen before is not that like the regular just wood, diamond, gold, iron. You actually get something that you've never seen before. The other pretty cool thing about just jetpacks is the fact that all you need is some redstone in order to make these things fly. So as soon as I go up, it'll use a piece of redstone to fuel my jetpack, and as long as I have enough redstone, I'm good to go. Although both of these mods are pretty awesome, they do have one big significant difference, and that is the fact that just jetpacks is only available up to versions 1.11.2, while iron jetpacks is available up to versions 1.12. But alright guys, that's pretty much everything I had to go over these two very different mods, yet very similar mods. I do hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please leave me a like, and if you would, let me know down in the comments which mod you feel is better than the other. I love that both of these mods are so similar, yet use very different mechanics in order to be what they are. So, as I said, if you would go and let me know down in the comments if you even check these out as well. And as always, please subscribe to my channel to get content like this every Tuesday. Thanks again, guys. See you in the next one. Peace.